Hey guys, how's it going? So, as you may or may not have seen, we've been playing Sea of Thieves lately, and in doing so we have formulated some opinions on it, and I thought it warranted a full review, so here it is. Sea of Thieves wastes no time with intros, story or cinematic. Boom! There you are. You're a pirate in a tavern near some water. Which, I guess, is all a salty sea dog needs, right? A beer in one hand and a weapon in the other. Well, let's hope so, because there's really not much beyond that.
There really isn't. The game feels devoid of content and players. In the first 4 hours of us playing, we encountered one other player. Literally, that's it, one. Even at a Skull Cloud fort, there was nobody there. The servers feeling empty is a huge letdown for me.
Yeah, I had ideas of hustle and bustle, sea battles, fighting over loot. Being completely alone might be good for the first 5-10 minutes or so while you're finding your bearings, but after that, no. What is there feels great, and it's a fantastic baseline to build from, but god damn, £40 later and I get a few measly hours of enjoyment before I realise, oh, these 3 quest types is actually all there is. What a complete rip. Now, okay, when you do encounter other players, that can be fun. But not for the time a £40 price tag would dictate. And also, how sad is that when you're relying on your players' interactions and your player base to keep your own goddamn game entertaining?
Yeah, perhaps it would have worked if there were actually other players around enough to keep it going. Just 6 players maximum on a server with the map the size it is. It just isn't enough.
Yeah man, or if there was some notable progression system in place to give you something to strive for. Competition is a strong driving force in my opinion, and being able to upgrade yourself or your ship or your gear in order to get the edge on a crew that's been demolishing you all day, that's going to keep people going on, grinding just a little bit more, so they can get their own back, have their revenge,
Agreed. I mean, for me, I'd be happy with just even a few little things added in. Like a fishing minigame, perhaps. Something to do whilst waiting out a storm, or, whilst you're sitting on the edge of your ship as you sail to the other side of the map.
Hey, they could do that for food, Instead of having just bananas, they could have, like, fish and stuff that you caught. That gives you another reason to do it.
Yeah, exactly. It could give you different bonuses, or, it could be worth more health. I mean, there are other things I wish were an option too. Like flotillas. You could form up with other crews and declare a temporary truce to haul some serious treasure home, which then gives you the other mechanics of, well, you can then attack these big flotillas. They're much more lucrative. And damn it, Ray, we need more mission types. Seriously, guys, having 3 is really not okay. We've done practically every mission in the game within a single sit-down. That's bad. Really bad. Why not have things like bounty missions? You could have a bigger brig on your ship and be able to chase down, either NPCs or other players for a bounty and catch them and, transport them back to a port.
Just had a thought, can you imagine their crew, like, trying to get their captain back saying he was the bounty? And then that's going to give a proper sense of sea battle, don't you think? Like a really realistic sea battle. Because they're going to be chasing us down, trying to mount a rescue for their captain. The whole time we're fending them off and protecting our payday, running off, That could be good.
See? Listen to how excited Steve got at that idea. Do it, Ray. Add it.
Something I'd like? I want to be able to upgrade my ship in a meaningful way. I want to be able to maybe sell it if you've got enough gold to buy another one. You could take the gold that you got for that, you could take the gold you've got in your stash and put that towards maybe a bigger ship, like more guns, I don't just want to be stuck at Galleon. I want to be able to get to like Man of War and big things. I don't know.
This was something I was thinking as well, yeah. So, more ship types, say for example a 3-man schooner with, say, 4 cannons, or like a multi-layered galleon for a 6 or 8-man crew.
That's what I'm saying.
Something big that you need like launches or longboats to sail to shore, otherwise you're just going to beach it. Be able to buy more guns or reinforce your full for damage resistance. Maybe, I don't know, rams that you can place on the front of your ship so you can deal more damage as you collide with an enemy ship whilst reducing the amount of damage you take. Or, maybe be able to just buy more cannons with a, maximum in place, of course. Or, say, different ammo types, say grape shot that will only harm the crew, or chain shot, which will disable the sails temporarily so that you can board the opponent's ship easier. That sort of stuff.
Yeah, like actual upgrades, for like weapon upgrades. So rather than it just being a visual thing where it has no merit at all, it could actually give you maybe more damage or at the cost of a slower swing, that sort of thing.
Exactly. So I've looked into it, and from data mining, there does seem that some of that is there. It's just not available. Say, like, harpoon guns are a thing, as are heavy swords, which will deal more damage but slower, or rapiers, which are typically quite quick. Boarding axes are also in the game code. And when you consider this, added to Rare's claims that this will be a game as a service, you know, with constant updates and events and stuff, it does give me some hope for its future.
Yeah. I mean, it does have a solid core, and it really does have the potential to be an amazingly fun game. The first few hours we were in, I was loving it before the shine wore off and I realised there was nothing left. The idea of this game is brilliant. I just wish it was more fleshed out and full, rather than this disappointing husk that people are expected to pay a full AAA game value for.
Describing it as husk, I think, is a pretty good way of putting it, actually. I was thinking the other day, this game's like a Fabergé egg. You know, it's got this, like, amazing, beautiful, meticulously crafted exterior, but there's sod all inside. It's just empty and hollow. And that is the biggest issue with this game. Now, that being said, there are some good points to it. It's very well optimized. It looks amazing. It sounds amazing. The mechanics are all solid, and they work really well. That and Microsoft have implemented, obviously, cross-play, which is a great move. And they've made it play anywhere, so you can just buy it on Xbox or you can buy it on PC, and then you essentially own it on both platforms. And they've added it to the Game Pass. You know, it does show some love for the players.
No, that is true, mate, yeah, and it's a good point you've raised, although it's worth noting that you're going to need to buy it digitally if you bought it on the Xbox in order to make use of it on the PC and the whole Play Anywhere thing, because as far as I know, that requires a digital purchase. I mean, if it didn't, you could just go buy the disc, install it, get it unlocked for PC, and then take the disc back for a full refund and still own it, so I guess that's their version of protection, which is fair enough. And so, I guess in summary then, it has the polish and the stability and the look that you would expect from a AAA game. To be fair to it, it does. Yet somehow it manages to make itself feel like a £3.50 early access Steam special from some indie dev. It might sound harsh, but it's kind of true. Sea of Thieves is a pretty appropriate name, okay, because think about it. You just shelled out 40 quid for this, and mate, you just got robbed.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't recommend buying the game in its current state, especially not for the money they're asking. However, I would probably keep an eye on it, as there is something there that, with the right nurturing, could become something really special. And with this being Microsoft's big exclusive, I do see them pushing for a lot more content to be added. So, in conclusion, Steve, how would you rate it?
Well, that's a tricky pickle, because I agree with everything you said, and I think, you know, we are being relatively fair. It has got its strengths, it has got its weaknesses, and so if it were as I had hoped it was when we started our 14-day free trial, when I'm sort of itching ready to buy it, I would say a 7 or maybe an 8 out of 10. It's a hell of a lot of fun, a hell of a lot of promise, and then you realise, as you said, the egg is hollow. And bleh, 3? I don't know.
I can see the potential there for it to be like an 8 or a 9 out of 10, definitely in a year or so's time. But in its current state, I think if you're playing the game on your own, it's a 3 out of 10. If you have a group of friends, then if you get a busy server, then I think it's probably a 4 out of 10. I think for those situations.
We 3.5 it then.
3.5 it. Let's 3.5 it.
Ah, that works for me, fella. Alright, well, I can't think of anything else to add. Can you?
No, I think that covers pretty much everything.
Alright, well then I guess then that concludes our review. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and we do hope to catch you in the next one.